The woman crouched in the corner, trembling with fear, while the Japanese men nearby wore lecherous grins on their faces. The innocent and naive little she still thought this was just a game. Soon after, the young women were stripped of their clothes and laid on beds, awaiting inspection. Once they walked through that door, their identities would be changed forever. They would become comfort women. On the way, the two girls whispered about how they must not get pregnant here. If they did, the baby would be taken away, and they would still be forced to serve those beasts. That evening, the girls were cleaned up and dressed, then taken to the warden's private party. Disturbingly, the twisted Japanese even brought along little she. At the party, lecherous old men molested the Korean girls under the pretense of entertainment. Little she, never having witnessed such horrors before, was on the verge of a mental breakdown. Suddenly, music began playing. She immediately recognized her own voice. She rushed toward the stage, grabbed the record cover, and while crying, explained to the guests that it was her album. The warden, realizing that this girl was talented and clever, was struck with a depraved idea. Eventually, she stood on stage holding an empty case and shouted the only Japanese sentence she knew. She gained favor with a high-ranking officer. As a result, old Huang was transferred out of the mine. Finally, father and daughter were reunited. Emotions welled up in his heart, but he forced a smile to comfort her. Soon after, old Huang, who was skilled in music and could speak some Japanese, was reassigned to work as a waiter in the dining hall. Though still exhausting, it was far better than going down the mine each day. 6 months later, a North Korean Special Forces soldier named Woo Young was assigned a mission to infiltrate Battleship Island alone and rescue a Korean politician named Old Yi. He disguised himself as a laborer and located Old Yi in the mine. But unfortunately, an accident occurred. A coal cart lost control, severing power lines and igniting gas, triggering a violent explosion. To cover it up, the Japanese immediately sealed all other mine exits, intending to bury all the Korean laborers alive. Seeing the exits closed, the people quickly tried to save themselves. Woo Young grabbed explosives, climbed onto a cart, and planned to blast through the walls between two mine shafts. With both shafts breached, a group of workers managed to escape. After rescuing them, Old Yi firmly demanded the Japanese provide treatment for the wounded. The workers all applauded him, but the heartless warden only pretended to agree. In reality, he sent both the injured and the dead straight to the crematorium. Woo Young and Old Yi finally confirmed each other's identities, allowing the prison break plan to proceed. Their top priority was now to locate a power generator and contact the outside network. They turned to Old Huang, who had relative freedom of movement. Old Huang promised to handle everything. If you love your country, then please like the video and subscribe to the channel and comment your country name.